down a bit. I had to jump up in the morning and go do it. Started with the stretching and all of that, and then just started flipping. That whole Christmas Eve was pretty much a mess. Now, here's where the problems come in at. And I love to say problems because that's exactly what it is. You let all these people get a microphone and they decide to talk. Craig Mack's ex-wife started talking about Diddy. And of course, Art gonna do what Art does, run out there and start building his case, right? And start asking these questions. And then she starts talking about bad boy business. Did you have the contract between Craig Mack and Sean Diddy Combs? Do you know how much he got in a signing bonus? Right? From Bad Boy Records. Craig Mack put out one album that went gold. That's 500,000 copies sold. He had a song or single that went gold. That's all he ever done for Bad Boy Records. This is a debut artist. How much money do you think Craig Mack made Bad Boy Records that he deserved? You see, this is what people don't understand. I'm quite sure he had a multi-album deal, like probably 4 or 5 album deal with Bad Boy Records, if not more. Now, here's the thing. He was allowed out of his contract without owing them a dime. They even said the name Craig Mack, you could use it, you ain't got to change nothing, you free. He wanted his freedom and they gave it to him. How many artists do you know get their freedom after one album? It doesn't happen. And thank you, instead of saying, man, thank Sean Puffy Combs for letting him do what he wanted to do. You stated the right thing. They didn't kick him out. Nobody forced Craig out. It wasn't over money, it was over direction. He had no clue how the record business worked. All he knew was about making records, rapping. That was it. He didn't know the rap business. And you don't understand the rap business. You talking about that jacket in the store only cost $200, and they charged him $1,000 for it. He shouldn't have took any prop that they were gonna say we're gonna charge you for if you take this jacket. The Coca-Cola you buy, you think that Coca-Cola is really $4 or $3.80? If you go into any slot machine or vending machine, that Coca-Cola is probably what, $1.85 or whatever. But they charging you $5 when they bill you for it because you got to pay for it. This is called markup. So yeah, they charged you $1,000 for a jacket you didn't even need. You could have went to the store and just bought it yourself. And did you need that? Did you need to have new Tims every day? This is right then, your spending habits is off. So if your spending habits is off, then everything else is going to be off. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the disconnect. What's good? What's good? I'm telling you, this new society and the world we live in now, where everybody's just so disrespectful for no reason. Man, it's real hard to accept all of the things that go down, you know? It's real hard to accept it because you're in a society where people want you to fail. You're in a society where they're expecting you to fail. You're in a society where all of these different people who are there, they want your head on a platter. They want that spot. And here you are with an opportunity and you pissing on it like you could just go anywhere and be hot. Puffy ain't had nothing to do with it. Okay, why aren't you talking about what happened when Craig got free and he went and made the album he wanted to make? Craig Mack made another album and he decided he's gonna make a music video dissing Puffy. Yeah, that's Mr. Juicy Man. That's Juicy Man right there. Juicy Man. You want to diss Puff, the man that let you out your contract, and they ain't want nothing to do with you no more. And they never stood in your way. They ain't tell radio, don't play them, nothing. All your songs were whack. The production was off. Everything was terrible on the album. And nobody played you. And you just played on out. See, his wife can't tell you that because it don't go along with her blame. Yeah, let's blame Craig Mack for everything. Biggie and Craig Mack, they were way off. When I saw when I saw Craig Mack and his skin was so black, and I said, man, this dude was a light skinned guy. And he just wasn't looking right. No, because what's happening is you spending other people's money. And you basically the money that they giving you is a loan. But you got bad spending habits. You going out buying a new pair of Tims every other day. I gotta have new Tims. Then you out here broke, don't have $100 because you didn't blew through all your money. So you taking advance from the studio. Craig Mack old Bad Boy Records when he left. Puff said, "It's just go." All because he said, "This the direction we going in, man. We going in this direction." He was like, "Man, I ain't no Mac. I ain't gonna be with no champagne bottle. That ain't what I do, man. This is what's selling records." That's Biggie. I'm not Biggie, man. My last name is Mac. That don't mean I'm a Mac, man. I'm a married man. And he didn't want to hear all that. So they said, "All right, man. I don't know what this the idea. I mean, this is where the direction we taking you. We got a stylist. They finna dress him up, and he finna get fly." Craig Mack didn't want that because that goes against his image of who he was. And he was like, my core audience gonna think I went crazy. I done sold out for the money, and now my career is gone. So he didn't want to go with the shiny suit. And that's what the direction he was going in. No, I didn't understand it then, and I definitely don't understand it now. But the theories have always been in place. He had a house, he had some things he was doing, but people just gotta understand the business. You gotta understand business. But what's but what's crazy is how all of these people who got all of this animosity and they got all of these different takes about what's going on. The crazy part about all of it is that none of these people ever call out the white executives. Who did Craig Mack sign to when he flipped the script and went his own way and he left Diddy? Huh? What happened? What happened when he left Bad Boy? What happened? He made one album. They act like he made Puff $1 billion damn dollars and Puff owed him something. Like that was his own boy. He owed me. I did this XYZ. He's the boss. If that was Clyde Davis, none of y'all Negroes would be saying shit. And he signed everybody to a bad contract. There's nobody that had a great contract with Clive Davis yet. No artist. And you know what they did? They brought other artists to him. Cicely Tyson, Whitney Houston, all of them had bad contracts. Who had, but they always expect something from the brother man. Oh, it's the brother man fault. Brother man got to give him all the money. Brother man ripping him off. Brother man, he did this, this, and this. White dude rip you off. Oh, but I mean, he took a little off the top, but yeah, we working it out. They always bow their head when it comes to the brother man. They always bow their head, but never take responsibility for the shit they do. But it's Puff fault. Puffy, it's his fault because y'all look at him as another artist instead of the boss of the record label. What did he do that was unfair? That wasn't in your contract. He did not have to let you out your contract. You think the white guy gonna let you go? Cause you say you unhappy? Hell no, he gonna hold you forever. You won't be able to put out another record. He'd have made you put on that silver suit. You would have been in a shiny suit, pissed off on the label. You'd have did exactly what Whitey asked you to do. He said that song robbed in rotation and rocked in the club for 2 years. Okay, and Biggie didn't do that man wrong. That man did himself wrong. He went and joined the cult, and y'all acting like Diddy did everything. Diddy didn't care about no Craig Mack. He had Biggie. Biggie was way bigger than Craig Mack. And what's weird about this is none of y'all so-called we love Craig Mack ass niggas was giving a damn about Craig Mack at all once he wasn't on Bad Boy no more. They was Craig Mack, where he at? Oh man, screw that dude. It's all about Biggie. Biggie, Puffy and Mace. Yeah. Y'all ain't thought about no damn Craig Mack. Y'all didn't think about Craig Mack no more. But nobody sitting here like, man, we gotta find Craig Mack. What happened to him? Y'all could care less. That second album came out and Bad Boy was like, this has nothing to do with us. This is his work with his boys, his people, his producers. They made this garbage ass out. Don't blame us. He was the first album to make Bad Boy hot. Yes, he was. To a degree, if you want to say that. But Mary J, I would get a credit for that. I would give Mary J that nod. And Mary J and Jodeci, even though they weren't really signed to Bad Boy, that's what kind of got them popping with doing them shows, getting them seen. Puff was a genius. He knew what worked and what wouldn't work. You know, even though I can't stand Juicy, Juicy was a hit. Can't deny that. Everybody was juicy. Juicy. And if you don't know, now you know. You know very well who you are. That was Puff all did. Puff was like, take these hits from the 80s and remix it. He brought MC Light back. Puff started working with MC Light, remixing all them hits from the 80s, bringing them right back around. Keep on, keeping on, doing it right. The remix was out way before Puff did a remix. We invented the remix. No, they were done on every record. I mean, KRS-One did the remix. I'm Serious with Steady B. Since this is a remix, we will now take the time to remix it. Marley Marl would be the guy you would call for a remix. This is the 80s we talking. So to say I invented the remix, when he said that, I said, what the hell? And people went in there. I invented the remix. I'm like, you. You invented the remix. Wow. Wow. Okay. So that's what we doing. Rewriting history, baby. Rewriting history. That's all we doing. Yeah. Marley Marl did a whole remix basically of LL's album. He would just come in and remix people's albums. It's a Marley Marl remix. Every single had a remix version of the album. LL Cool J had probably the most remixes every time. I'll never forget Pink Cookies in a Plastic Bag remix. That was 93. People were never getting the songs that they want. When he did Lounging, the version that you like, who do you love? That's not on the album. So you basically got about an album, then you get a whole nother EP with the records. LL, you would say, invented the remix because his albums was first. Was king for doing that. The whole Mama Said Knock You Out album, Walking with a Panther, Jingling Baby remix. All of it was remixes. So how the hell did Puffy invent the remix? Black Sheep, Digital Underground, the Packet Man remix. Yeah, he's the Packet Man. Yeah, he's the Packet. Yeah, he's the Packet. Yeah, he's the Packet Man. Yeah, he's the Packet Man. Sex Packet remix? Come on, get out of here. So you can't pull that on me because I would know. The rest of the general public will just run with it and believe Diddy invented the remix because he said it. Now, back in the 20s, well, not the 20s, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas too.
I'm just glad they moving the car from in front of my goddamn house. That's why I'm like, Merry Christmas. Want their ass up out of here. I feel like Scarface. If that damn truck is out here, when I pull up, I'm gonna blow that damn truck back to Columbia. I don't like strange vehicles outside of my home. I consider that an intrusion. Oh yeah. Are they trying to knock me off? Well, the way I saw it, it's like this. Oh, I bet on the Utah Jazz today. I took the Jazz in the points. And I picked that game is going to go to probably 250 points. I think it's going to be a largely high-scoring game. ASAP. We got a hook out here. They hit somebody at the light. Damn. If she need a ride, I would give her a ride. But she what I do. I don't want to get involved. See what I'm saying? Look at that. She fine as hell. But she got a dude with her. That's their problem. We move forward. Hey man, it's not my deal. Now, it was easy for me to grab my jacket and walk up out of there. Now, when you get to a situation where society starts to flip and everybody starts to say, okay, here are the narratives. Here's what they laid out before you. Here's the traps. Here's the pitfalls. Right? Here are the things that matter. Here's the things that don't. You go into scenarios where you start to see the situation and say, you know what? I think that we can do better. Right? I feel that as people, we can do better. So why do we always blame the black executives? People wanted to blame Russell Simmons. They wanted to blame L.A. Reid. It's always somebody black you want to step up to and say they robbed you. Jay-Z robbed us at Rockefeller. Dame Dash and them, I didn't get this from Dame. And anybody that's black, it's very far few and in between. But you never hear any of these dudes beefing with the white record exec. Craig Mack's wife is mad 30 years later. Craig Mack ain't worked with Diddy since 1995. That was it. After 1995, he was a free agent. After a multi-album deal, he got like what, a $60,000 signing bonus? He got a $60,000 signing bonus. He blew through that. And he want to do his own thing. And he didn't want to go with the Biggie route. All Puff wanted to do was style him up a little bit. He was like, man, your name Craig Mack, man. You could be a Mac. We're going to get you this little cane. It's weird because he started using that cane when he got older. All they was going to do was dress him up. He had a multi-album deal. He was let out of his deal after one album without owing them a dime. Even though he owed them all kind of money, he didn't even have to pay it. They let him out his deal. They didn't say, okay, on your new record, we want X, Y, and Z. He didn't have to pay them nothing. They let him go. That's what Puff did for him. He let him go. What white executive gonna do that? Clive Davis gonna do that? Clive Davis gonna let you go? What about Jimmy Iovine? He gonna let you go? They never talk about them. They wouldn't even ask him for a release. Brian Roberts wasn't gonna let you go. None of these artists, these executives were gonna let you go anywhere. Lear Cohen ain't letting you go. I remember when L.A. Reid and them got there. When L.A. Reid and them took over, there was a reason they put them in charge. People like DMX and all that energy had to go. They couldn't have DMX there. DMX came there and what'd he say? Man, I'll go there to meet the executive, and this dude got on open-toe sandals in the office. I said, oh, we in trouble, dog. We in trouble. And he wasn't lying. That was the telltale sign. He going to see L.A. Reid, he got on them damn leather sandals and like he back in the deserts of Peru or something. He got on some leather black sandals, toes all out. I don't know why I'm wide awake. Whitney complained about it all the time, but she couldn't, her contract was jacked. She didn't own anything. Her contract was so screwed up. Clive, the problem with Whitney Houston is Whitney Houston never made a song. She didn't make one damn record. You know what Whitney Houston albums were? Other people work. People would send in demos so that they could get a record deal, right? And they'll be listening to it and be like, this is a good song right here. But this girl, yeah, she can't sing, but she got some good songs. Oh, this would be good for Whitney. I like it. Tell them we'll buy the songs from her. And they would buy the song from the artist. But the artist was sending the demo tapes in to get a deal. Clive Davis and his team would go and pick them, Saving All My Love for You, all of this stuff, and it ended up, they paid her for the record, and Whitney would sing over them because she was the voice. Now, she don't get any writing credits. She don't get any production credits. She only gets paid for her vocals. So her points on the album is going to be very small. So she's not going to make a lot of money off of the record. Her record can sell 20 million. Clive's getting all this money. So he can care less. Whitney got all her money from tours, shows. That's where the 30 million coming from. This is where, so they can pay her upfront money and it's just really a loan. She could take out a large loan. That's why when she died, she didn't have anything. They was like, where's her stuff? Where's all her back end money? And where's the estate and all of that? All the stuff that she was putting away for her daughter. She didn't realize this stuff till later, but it was too late. Like with DMX, they were like, cash him out of here. I don't want him here. So they got Jay-Z. Jay-Z was like, X did the album, did the video and everything, filmed it. And then they talking about they don't want to put the album out. Why wouldn't you want to put the album out? Why wouldn't you want to put the album out? That makes no sense to me. It made no sense to anybody that was there. Yeah, Bobby Brown came in and started altering everything. Because Bobby was like, look, you need to do stuff on your own. You need to write your own songs. You need to do this. Bobby was trying to actually tell her some things she needed, because Bobby Brown went through that. On the Don't Be Cruel album, he was doing so many damn drugs. Everybody else was writing the songs for him. So he wouldn't look crazy. And it just worked. Bobby Brown album sold over 4 million records. So his advance should have been about 4 to 5 million for the next album. They was talking about, we gonna give you $1 million budget. He was like, whoa, wait a minute. I just sold 4 million records. This is why he didn't make a second album for a long time. Till he got a new deal. He just went through this. Bobby was like, look, I done just went through all this nonsense with New Edition. This is why we left that group. Now you finna tell me I need to get used to getting screwed over again? Oh, hell no. I ain't got time for that. You see, that's why they don't like me, because I tell them the truth about the actual business side. These guys back then were supposed to be getting mechanical royalties that they weren't getting. The record companies were shielding you from that. Now, today's artists are more business aware. So they're getting ripped off even in a different way. That's why they had to come up with this new system of streaming and giving people the music basically for free. If somebody released an album, guess what? You got that whole album. You got the whole album without even going to the store to buy it. You could just go on YouTube and listen to the whole damn album. What rap album came out you couldn't go on YouTube and listen to the album? You don't even have to get Apple. You don't need no app. You can go right on YouTube and listen to the whole damn album for free. As soon as it dropped, mastered everything. Now, how can an artist eat off that? Now, how can they eat off that if all they can do is go right to YouTube and get the album? Oh, YouTube finna pay them? Yeah, they ain't gonna do that. You gonna get crumbs based off what you're supposed to earn. So how is they gonna figure all of this money in that they don't even have? That's why they use merchandise. They give you a merch. They sell it in a package deal. They have pop-up stores. They do all of these different things to count as towards the album sales. You buy the album, you get this t-shirt, you get the people like if you go to the movies right now, what sells the movie? People go to the movies because they want to buy those collector cups and those collector things because that's going to be worth money. That's why they fly to the movies. That's why the movies got all this merch now. They doing the same thing. They pushing the merch. Oh. Yeah. Exactly. So you're getting the point. You're getting warm. You know, you're getting warm. There's a lot of this clown behavior going on. I'll tell you about the other clown behavior we're talking about. Here's the other clown behavior. You ever seen anybody do anything like this that's this diabolical? They start right off talking about here's the deal, man. I was thinking the other day, I ain't even gonna trip, but this dude, when I was 2, stuck a thumb up my butt. And by the time I was 13, I was just sticking everything in my butt. And taking that stuff out my butt. Now that I'm 35, I was in my first relationship with old John here. And now that then went on to me messing around with John and Steve and Crystal, who's asexual. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell going on. People are so screwed up nowadays, so they pretend to be. They come on the internet, they want attention so bad, they would lie about having somebody play in their booty hole. What? People want to be victims. This is men. It used to be the women that was doing it. Now grown men would make up a story about dudes sucking them off, playing in the dirt with them, and it's like, do you hear yourself? People like Ray J. And I mean, I wouldn't even play like that. Who plays like that? You know, it's so bizarre. It's like people they got to be told how to be a man. Like things men just don't do. I could see if you was a victim and you've been dealing with this internally and you really trying to solve your problems, that's different. Those are real victims. They have to deal with that. That's somebody that's real. They really going through it. They really dealing with it. Okay, they went through real trauma. And to sit there and emulate and fake for attention people who went through real trauma, and you don't have any empathy for them, you want to just play off their pain for some attention on yourself. That's pathetic. It's bad enough these women are doing it and trying to get dudes caught up, and there's no extra jail time for them. I think they should be under the cell. All the women that do it, and the men, they should get double the time. I mean, I hate fake-ish. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand fake-ish. So if you're gonna be real. I don't have time for fake. So if you don't understand the difference, I get it. There's plenty of people in the world that don't. But for those that do, just understand. They see you. We see you. all this clown behavior, trolling, grown ass men, 45, trolling. It's like, what is he doing here? Is that what the time it is? Is that what we doing? We got a troll now? That's it? The troll game? The troll that lives under the house? Ray J doing all that, but ain't gonna talk about how he was giving his booty away in real time. Tell them that story, Ray J. Tell them how you was giving your booty away. Tell them how you perform in front of gay people. You do shows in gay crowds, gay clubs. And you've been there for the last 5-6 years. You and your wife. Tell them that. Oh, that's real. That's real about Ray J. Remember what they called you, Ray Jenner? How did you know? And you was out there spreading rumors about Danny Boy being gay. You was throwing him out there, Ray J. What about you? How did you know? Where were you at where you saw him? What was you doing there, Ray J? You don't want to talk about that, do you? Remember that conversation you talking about? You was on pills, you was on ecstasy, you was just messed up. Man, I was on them X, man. I was messed up, man. Talking about, Sue, man, if you messed up, right, and a girl got on this lipstick and she thinks she bad, and she going down on you, right, and then you realize in the middle of it, it's really a dude dressed up as a woman. Now, what do? Do you tell her, do you make her stop, or you keep going? That don't make you gay. They the one that gay. They the one sucking your dick. And I'm like, first of all, that person would have had a bullet in their head. 2, I don't think I'd have got that far before I found out. Then that person would have had a bullet in their head. End results is bullet in the head. But those kind of conversations don't come from real men. Those type of conversations come from people who trying to fish because they trying to see who gonna take the information. Yeah, that's suspect behavior, of course. Like any real man hears something like that, they don't even entertain those type of questions. Nobody real would even answer these questions. They trying to fish you out to see how you'll respond to these type of answers. Like, would you kiss this dude? Like, let's say it's Brad Pitt. You think Brad Pitt is hot, right? Right? Isn't he hot? Even though you don't like guys, you think Brad Pitt is hot, right? You know he's a good-looking guy, right? I'd be like, I don't look at dudes. What the fuck are you talking about? They play these games to try to see where your mind is at. They know, once they meet me for 2 minutes, these type of things just be like, not him. Leave that one alone. Not him. They label you all kind of crazy stuff. You're homophobe, all anything they can think of, because they know you ain't with the program at all. Ain't nothing you doing is on the level of what they talking about. And they know that. My attitude is way like like hey, hanging on my shoulder, hitting my arm. I'm like, you got a balance problem? You drunk? You keep falling in my arm for? Stay over there, man. Be good. Yeah. Keep falling into me. We don't do that. I had to let him know because he's Latino. You know, Latinos all touch each other all the time. They be, hey, bro, I be, look, homie. Dap me up. You didn't touch me enough for the night with the dap. That's good. We ain't gonna touch until it's time to leave. We dap each other up. That's it. Right? Folks ain't hugging and grabbing each other on the arm 24/7. That ain't what we do. Somebody bumping me, I think they want something. It's just you falling on my arm, hitting my arm. I'm like, they was like, you too intense. Not intense. It's just that's how we grew up. We grew up. We didn't play these type of games. Yeah, I'm up here in the club. There's a couple of holes up in here. All this Ray J talking got me going crazy. What's up? I knew.
Brother, I'm gonna hunt you down. What's up? Merry Christmas.
What's good? I told you, man, about my bears, didn't I?
I've been.
Okay.
I listen. Cause you ain't wanna hear me talk. Cause I'm gonna tell you what you telling me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die hard.
Hello, what can I get you tonight?
Oh, you got your hair done. You knew I was coming up here, huh?
Of course, Kevin. How you doing today? You didn't wear your glitter. You bring your card?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Okay. You want your jingling?
Uh-huh. That's me. Yes.